Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another fantastic episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. In one corner, we have the greatest thing on God's green earth. No, we're not talking about money, Mary Jane, or Popeye spinach. He is the tranquil dart of Ringside Society, Delaware's greatest American hero. And whenever he goes to Taco Bell, especially today, Taco Tuesday, he always asks for a chief burrito because he loves the combination of chicken and beef. It takes two to make a thing go right. He is Rob Bass, and you are not. And the second quarter, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching. Where's he going next? Nobody knows. 3 continents down, 3 more to go. No cap, straight facts. The worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. But it's not about us today. No, it's definitely not. You see, we have a special guest tonight who is very inspirational, who is kicking ass over in the East Coast. And pretty soon, we're very sure she's going to be doing it all over the world. Matter of fact, she's done it all over the world. 32 countries. That's right, 32 countries. And she is the former, for now, CCW Global Fighting Champion. Everybody, welcome to the show, RJS Rebecca J. Scott.
Hey guys.
Need some cowbell.
Rebecca, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here and shoot the breeze about wrestling for us. We really and truly appreciate it. It's an honor to have and like I said, unfortunately, you lost it, to recently. I don't want to harp on that, but in my opinion, one of the best, CCW Global Fighting Champions. It's an honor to have you on here. How you doing otherwise?
I'm good. I'm in sunny California right now. I'm in my hotel room. I took a little break from venturing out to come chat with you guys. A little sick today, but that's okay. I'm gonna get over it. But I'm good. I'm glad to be here. The CCW Global Fighting Championship is something that I hold very dear to my heart, and I don't think it'll be the last time I hold that championship belt.
Yeah, we got a feeling that the next time, Billy Starks, who is actually a great competitor herself, sees you in the ring, she might want to watch out because, you're definitely going to come back with a vengeance. And I've seen you, Rob has seen you, do your thing in the ring. And trust me, you show no mercy. I think that's why Nikki Duke was like, no, when we actually announced we had on the show. Because, that one time, that match y'all had, 2 months ago in Westville, New Jersey. I think that's why she's still a bit, sour about that. But
Nikki and I will forever fight. It's in our DNA. We don't get along. We don't like each other. So it's just going to be every time we see each other, we're going to fight. That's it. That's just what we're going to have to do.
But sometimes, that actually works out because, sometimes they say good friends, better enemies, so
that's
I mean,
true.
look at KO and Sami Zayn. They pretty much fought forever. I think Fight Forever was actually, made for them.
Yeah.
But we've also seen them make a great tag team. So wrestling's unpredictable.
That's true. It is. Anything could happen, right?
Yeah. So I just gotta say, also, we heard that you actually took a break from wrestling at one point, and you actually got back into it. And I just gotta say, I never got taught to you much, except for over Instagram. But I just gotta say, thank you for giving it another shot. We know that some people, they tend to get weary and then they leave and whatnot. But we commend you for finding the heart to come back into it and keep on doing what you love, keep on doing what you do. And you even got an overseas tour over it. You went to England and defended the Global Fighting Championship. So I mean, it's a great thing you did come back,
Yeah, I think that pro wrestling is one of those things, and I've said this a couple times before, that anybody who's in the industry, any pro wrestler that you ever meet, there is there's no way that they've loved this every step of the way. There's those times that we all go through that we're like, am I doing this for the right reasons? Why am I unhappy? Why do I not like this anymore? And just taking a step back and giving yourself time to kind of reevaluate and then find the love for pro wrestling again. I think that's really important to do. And I cannot be the only person that's gone through that. It has everybody. I'm sure so many people can relate to that. And it was just my time where I had to take that time away and see kind of who I wanted to be and how I wanted to be it, and kind of like reinvent myself. So it was good. It was good that I took time away.
Yeah. And you came back, and you're pretty much better than ever, and you got a title out of it.
That's
So
right.
it's a great thing that you came back, and even when wrestlers say, "Oh, I'm done," I always think, I always say, I always tell fans, if they don't come back, if they come back, yes, say welcome back, and give them, give them a kudos and whatnot, because it takes a lot of strength to go back to something as well. But
Yeah.
if they don't come back, just say, okay, thank you very much for the matches and memories, and we wish you all the best, and it's great that you actually came back. But I gotta ask, man, I always ask, like pretty much 99% of our guests that we have on here, how did you become a fan of professional wrestling? What was the match or the event that you saw that got you interested?
I don't think it was one specific match or anything like that. I watched wrestling as a kid growing up, like everybody does. And then I kind of just fell off of it for a while, until I started actually competing. Um, but it was just something I was a very rambunctious kid, and I was always very, over the top, and I just loved it. I loved watching wrestling. I loved it. It was just a thing I did as a kid, and then growing up, I went into the corporate world and I was doing all these other things, and I decided like I wanted to do fun things. I wanted to do things like in my life that I could look back and say, wow, how cool that I got to experience that, or that I got to learn this new talent or this or that. And that's when kind of I decided like, okay, I'm going to actually go for this and start wrestling as more than just, what it was. And I'm glad I did. It opened up so many different doors for me.
I think you're on mute, man.
Yeah.
It happens.
Uh, yeah, sorry about
Yeah,
that.
you're good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Again.
You got it again. Oh man, yeah, now you're still on mute, man. Okay. Yeah, this is funny. There you go, you're
There
good.
we
okay,
go.
there we go. So, so yeah, it's a great thing that you actually, got into it. You've wrestled people like Kayla Sparks. You've gotten into the ring with the Renegade Twins and several other people. So, yeah, it's a great thing that you actually, So my, so how did your wait? Hold on. Let me rewind a bit. Let me jump the gun. So, who were some of your favorites that you enjoyed watching growing up? Like, were there any like that inspired you at all?
I loved Stone Cold Steve Austin. I was a huge fan of him, and I think that stemmed from like growing up and watching wrestling like with my dad, and I have a huge family, so like my uncles and stuff too, and like just listening to my dad and my uncle go back and forth about who's better. Is it Stone Cold, or is it The Rock, and blah blah blah. So I was always kind of like team, Stone Cold, and I still, yeah, I think he was probably like the biggest influence to me. um and I still think he's such a cool guy, and everything he's done in the wrestling world and outside of it too.
So that's why you went up to Nikki. Man, Robbie should have been at that CCW show. You went up to Nikki Duke's family. I thought you were gonna like put one of them into like an armbar or something, and And Nikki Duke luckily got out there and stopped you.
Her mom almost got it. Her mom almost caught these hands.
Hey, I seen
I
the
was
video of them fighting in the driveway, so I ain't trying to get involved in none of that. Mm-mm.
Jeez, like yeah, that's just a Stone Cold was the one that wow, okay. That's when you did that, that reminded me of I don't know if you ever saw it, but Stone Cold had a segment where he had broken, I guess, injured Brian Pillman's ankle, and he went to Brian Pillman's house to fight him. Rob, I know you remember this, and he actually Brian Pillman was like, okay, I got a Colt 45 waiting for him, and Stone Cold drives up to Brian's house and fights off his friends. And then when he gets into Brian's house, like Pillman actually has a gun pointed at Stone Cold, and they said it went off, but nobody got hurt. Nobody got hit with it or with a bullet. So
yeah,
that's what that reminds me of.
we haven't reached those levels yet, but you never know. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Hey, CCW's in the house. Okay.
Hey!
So now that you're a wrestling fan, first off, did you ever get to meet Stone Cold in person, or you've only been able to see him at
No, I
events?
have not met him in person yet. There's always time, right?
Yeah. Well, hopefully, it happens and you get to, share a Steve Weiser with him, and pick his brain about the wrestling business and so on. It's always kind of weird, like when you meet the people that inspire you. Like
Yeah.
I've got to meet Marty Jannetty, who was one half of my first favorite tag team, and I normally don't mark out for wrestlers because I try not to because I don't want to be one of those fans.
Yeah.
When I saw this guy, I was like, dude, you were like you guys are so awesome. You were like one half of my first favorite tag team. I had two other favorite tag teams afterwards. And like I was like, I didn't know like what to say, like how to
Yeah.
organize myself.
Yeah, because these people become such like a big influence in your life, and they mean so much, and like their characters and stuff. It resonates with you, so that when you meet them and you're like, you just want to thank them for what they've given you. It's hard to do that without being weird.
Yeah. Sure. So, now that you're tuning in and you're watching your favorites and you're cheering your favorites and whatnot, how did your journey go from RJS, the wrestling fan, to RJS, professional wrestler, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, kicking ass all over the world?
I don't know if a lot of things in my life go because I have a plan. I think I open myself up to different possibilities and different opportunities. And I got into the actual wrestling world because I wanted to actually, it was never supposed to be a career or anything. It was just me and my boyfriend loved going to wrestling shows. And towards the end of like the lockdown, like the peak COVID time, I decided I needed to do something for his birthday. So I actually trained secretly for a couple months and brought him to a show in which I had a match on. He had no idea. And then it just took off from there. It was supposed to be just like a one-off thing. And then I just haven't been able to stop since.
Please don't stop. Your matches are very entertaining. Do not stop. Do not.
I love doing.
CCW, y'all hear? Don't let this girl stop. Don't let this woman stop. Keep her on there. Trust me. You're definitely. So, what was your boyfriend's reaction? He probably was like,
yeah,
that's probably how.
It was a whole thing. We documented the whole thing. But he was very shocked. He had no idea. And he's a very quiet guy, complete opposite of me. And he was just shocked. I think the video, like the footage they have of him, he's like this a lot of the time. And I think I hit the first move. I think I did like a monkey flip or something. And he just stood up out of his chair like, who is this person? Because to him, like, how would I know how to do any of this stuff? Because he didn't know I was training. And I surprised a couple of other people with it too, but it was a cool experience. And it was supposed to just be this one thing that I was doing to, for his birthday, and then I got hooked. I got hooked.
So has he ever thought about getting into wrestling himself, or is he like, nah, I'll just be a fan. I'll just chill out here.
Yeah, I don't think it's his speed, and that's okay. I think he likes, being on that side of the barricades.
Shoot. Let me find out he's actually training. I'll have both y'all on here.
Oh, that could be. It could
Y'all gonna be
happen.
out there like the Garganos or like I don't know if you noticed. We probably noticed on the tag team the Neon Blondes,
Yeah.
Facade and Johnny Mo. Y'all gonna be out
Oh,
there,
yeah. Challenge them all.
I actually like couples like that, like wrestling couples, like that
Yeah.
just come out there and just they got relationship goals. And we just had two past guests that actually won a tag team championship down in Texas. Rachel Rose and Buzzsaw Samuels, two
Ah,
great wrestlers. I hope you get to wrestle Rachel one day. Two great wrestlers there in Texas, and yeah, they're boyfriend and girlfriend, and
just kicking butt all over the place. I like it.
so yeah. So you did the wrestling thing for your boyfriend, but now you're traveling. You had was it your first tour that where you went to England and defended that title, or have
I
you been
didn't defend. I didn't defend the title in England.
okay?
Yeah, I was in England after it was like kind of like my celebration after winning my first title. I went
Okay.
to London. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you went over there on like a tour and was defend the title, and I was like, wow, that's cool, man. Well, hopefully you get to do that real soon. And
Yeah, if CCW is still on here, tell them to give me my rematch so I can get my belt back, and then I'll take it all over the world.
yeah. So you like traveling just like I do, you know, and you've been to 32 countries.
Mhm.
Out of the 32, which are your favorites?
That is a question I get asked all of the time, and it's
Ah, my
always
bad.
no, it's just such a hard question to answer. I get it not even just from the wrestling world. People that find out I'm a flight attendant, they're like, what's your favorite layover? But it's difficult because I've had so many my life and what I want out of life is I want to live a happy life. I want to have experiences that I can look back at and say, I wasn't afraid and I did this and it was awesome, or it was terrible, but I did it. And I want to make as many memories as I can. And I have so many of those memories in all of these different places that I've been to with so many different people and at different stages of my life. So it's hard to kind of narrow it down to what the best is. My favorite, my most like I always say the same too. I think Edinburgh is my place that I go to. So in Scotland, I love going there because that's just my I can get away, I can turn the world off, and I just feel like I'm in Harry Potter. I'm at Hogwarts, and
Okay.
it's cool for me. But it's difficult because I love everything that I've gotten to experience from everywhere. I grew up in a small town, so it's cool to just go anywhere.
Yeah, Idaho, right? I
Yeah.
believe.
Yep.
Is there a wrestling scene there, or no? I know there's one
No,
in Idaho.
not that I know of. Maybe there is. Maybe there is, and I just haven't heard of it. But I don't know.
Okay, awesome. And cousin Wyatt's hoping to see you at CCW. And oh, here, okay. Oh, wow. And our co-host Kathy, who unfortunately couldn't be here, said apparently Becky Lynch is a flight attendant. And look at okay.
Yeah,
And
she was. Becky Lynch is a huge inspiration to me as well. She's an amazing wrestler. She's
yeah,
phenomenal. And she's
yeah,
got that fire inside of her too, fighter.
yeah. That's oh man, oh man, you just got me thinking right now. If you and Becky Lynch actually have a match, I can see it now. Becky Lynch versus RJS, the battle of the Rebecca's, or the battle of the Beckys. I say
It's
battle of
got to be Battle of the Beckys.
okay. I was trying to be a bit politically correct, but
I like it. I like it.
that'd be I'm down for that. I'll definitely pay money to see that. Well, I actually I've traveled a bit myself, not internationally, but I've been to like 18 states.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's good.
yeah, I just came back from last month I went to Seattle,
Hmm.
which was pretty chill. It was pretty much the same weather as here in New York. I did the whole Space Needle thing and
Yeah.
pretty much like almost fainted. And then before that, I went to New Orleans, where our co-host
Oh,
Kat is, and I tried some of their beignets that she's been talking about, and I almost got hooked. And I think tomorrow I'm actually going to be going to LA.
oh,
So
nice.
yeah, I've been there before, but to be honest, I rather San Diego. To me, it's just a matter of like because I know where to go. Like if I want something,
I like
like,
San Diego a lot better too. I,
let
I
me
San Diego's probably my favorite city in the U.S.
let me guess. Whenever you have time, you go to downtown San Diego, the Gaslamp district that has all those restaurants and bars along the streets, right?
I have definitely been there, yes, but I liked. Anytime I'm in San Diego, I always go to the La Jolla Beach. That's my go-to place. I go to the beach. But yes, I've been down to the what is it, the Gaslamp District?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a
That's
cool
one of my
area.
favorites. Yeah, it's one of my favorite spots to go to, and when I want to unwind, and to me, they have like everything there. It's just I tell everybody if you're going to San Diego, Gaslamp District, that's all you need.
Yeah,
That's it.
everything's right there.
Yeah. So you're on the upcoming CCW card, correct? Or you're not?
In April, I am
Yeah.
not.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
got my championship stolen from me, and I'm not on the card.
Ah,
So I gotta find something else to do for that day. But that's okay.
hey, you can't keep a good champion down.
No,
Trust
you
me.
cannot. I'll find something useful to do with my time.
So if you could say something to Rebecca, not Rebecca, to let me think about Becky Lynch still. If you could say something to Billy Starks, what would it be? Just a brief little. I know you're gonna do it. I know you're gonna give an extended thing later on when the time is near to have that rematch. If you give a little something now to Billy Starks for the
I would.
CCW faithful,
I
to
really don't know if I even have anything to say. I think I have some stuff to prove to Billy, to myself, and to everybody else, but I don't know if I have a whole lot to say about it. I'm ready to get my championship back. That's it.
awesome. Well, I'll definitely looking forward to Starks RJS versus Starks 2. That's interesting. I'll definitely be watching that, and I'll be at the edge of my seat. Two great wrestlers doing their thing in the ring, two well-traveled wrestlers too as well. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
she's that wrestling prodigy. I can't say enough good things about her wrestling, and her just her talent. She's amazing and her personality, but she has something that I need, and I have to get it back.
yep. We'll Rob. I'm actually jealous of you, man. You get to be up close because Rob. Obviously, Rob is. You know, you've obviously seen him. He's
Yes.
the referee for one CW.
Yeah.
So he can see it. Me, I'm here and stuck here in New York, which is pretty nice. But I what after seeing that first CCW event, I was hooked, and I'm like, man, I wish I could find a way to get to Houston that wouldn't cost
Yeah.
arm and a leg in
I know.
taxes, But who knows? We'll see. We'll see what happens.
We have such a good crowd there too, like it's just become home there. So it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
Battle of the
So,
Becky flight attendants.
yeah. So Kathy's a huge Becky Lynch fan. So
Do you know something really, really, really weird? Um, there is another Rebecca who is a flight attendant who's also a pro wrestler. She's based toward on the East Coast, I think, but I was at a show, and I think Katie Arquette told me about her, and I said, "What?" And maybe she's not wrestling right now, but it's her name's similar to mine, but it's not Rebecca Scott. It's like Rebecca some shot or similar. I don't know. So maybe there's three of us. So maybe we have to have a triple threat match.
Okay, that would definitely be interesting. I'd have to look her up and see. I'd have to look her up and see, but
Yeah,
you know,
they showed me. It's pretty crazy.
might be onto something there. You know, might be onto
Or maybe
something.
we'll all just team up, just take over everybody.
Oh wow, flight attendant, uh, stable. Oh, that'd be cool. You know,
Just walk out and tell everybody sit down and buckle up.
there you go. There you go. Hey. Matter of fact, you might be onto something with that. You probably put on a shirt or something if you guys ever start. So speaking of teaming up and whatnot. So women's wrestling is on fire right now. It is booming, and we're all enjoying it right now. You know, we're proving that women's wrestling does sell as much as the men. I mean, come on. I took a 6:30 bus from New York to go to Philadelphia to see that CCW event. My eyes were red. I was all like, I barely got any sleep, but I was like, I have to make it to Westville, get off that bus, take that Uber, that $25 Uber from Philadelphia to Westville to see the ladies, do their thing in the ring. And, of course, with women's wrestling being, on fire right now, several promotions have tag team titles. You got, you got the CCW tag team titles. Mission Pro down in Texas, they have tag team titles. Shine has tag team titles, and of course, WWE and the NWA. And oh, I forgot, Impact Wrestling have tag team titles as well. If you decided to get into the tag team scene, who would you want to be your tag team partner?
I think I've dabbled in the tag divisions before, and I don't know if I'm a team player. I think maybe I'm more set to ride solo, but that's not to say I wouldn't team up with somebody. I just think it would have to be somebody who complements my style, and it would be, that we would be able to help each other out in the ring. But I don't see myself going towards the tag division anytime soon. Maybe there's a certain goddess that I could see myself tagging with, but that's for another day, for another time.
Oh, a goddess. Okay, I think I know who you may be talking about. Rob, I got a good feeling you know who it is. It's one of your favorites that you got excited. Um, Only thing I'm gonna say is he was like, "Oh my gosh, she's coming to CCW! I'm so excited! I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do." He was probably going, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Rob Bass, and Ringside." Or, "Hey, yo, I'm Rob Bass. I'm with Ringside." He was probably doing that.
No, I blacked out. I can't even remember what I said. You know what I mean? I think I said my name was Charles or something. I don't know.
She's larger than life. She's a goddess. Anybody would do the same.
Hey,
Hey,
he's
all
definitely
I know, I was sweating. And I was like, yeah, she probably thinks I'm so horrible because my hands are all sweaty. And, I was like sweating profusely. I had to change my
hey,
shirt because of the pit stain. Oh, my Lord, yes. The goddesses did it to me. Just,
Oh.
he's probably doing better than me because he's kind of like the smooth talker. He'd be like, "Hey, my name is Rob Bass. This is my friend Remy," and I'd be like, "Hey, how you doing?" you know. So yeah, he's more of the talker, and whatnot. So I just have two more questions before I turn it over to Rob. I know Rob is anxious. So my second to last question is, whenever you're, practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or you're in the gym getting your workouts done, knocking out that cardio, or even if you're getting ready to, face your next opponent, what are some songs that you enjoy playing while you're getting your workouts done, getting in that zone and so on? What
Oh
are
man,
songs get RJS into RJS mode?
I have weird playlists. I don't know if the world is ready for my playlist. And
Try.
it all depends on my moods. Sometimes I will go like 2005 like club hits, and I like music that I clean to now. And sometimes I'll do like Korn and Metallica, and like it honestly all depends on my mood. There's sometimes that like when I'm in my head and I need to go for a run, I'll just listen to Johnny Cash as I run. Like it's all over the spectrum. There is no rhyme or reason to my music when I'm working out. It just depends on what I'm doing and what I'm feeling. Sometimes it's complete crazy. Sometimes I'll listen to slow songs too when I'm running. It just depends on my mood, but it's kind of all over the place.
You are a well-cultured woman. Korn and Metallica. Whoever raised you, they raised you right. Keep on doing that. You can never go wrong with some Korn or Metallica.
That's
Your
right.
playlist, trust me, your playlist is not weird. You're talking to a man that, okay, 1 minute I'll be playing some Eminem, what was it? Till I Collapse. And
Hmm.
then next minute, you'll hear some Seven Dust Broken Down, which is a great track. I recommend to anybody. And then afterwards, you'll hear something soft like, Carly Rae Jepsen, the song called I Like You. And
Yeah.
then afterwards, you'll hear some random wrestler's theme song. And yeah, my playlist is all over the place. At one time, I almost pissed off like a whole gym because I was doing I had like the wireless. I got a hold of the Bluetooth because I was there. Like I was one of the first ones that was there, but nobody was using it. So I connected my phone to the Bluetooth wirelessly,
Yeah.
and some guys came in and started working on it. They're like, "Who's in charge of the Bluetooth? Like, what kind of music?" And all the while, I still had my headphones in my ears, so I didn't say nothing. I just kept working out
Oh
because I
my
was
god.
ashamed that they found out it was me.
Yeah.
So even if they looked at me, they'd be like, "Oh no, he has his headphones on. Like
Yeah.
he's."
It's not him. I definitely have Cult of Personality on my workout playlist. I know that for a fact.
Well, I wouldn't. I can't even consider that like I mean, yeah, it got more popular, but like that was before CM Punk got into wrestling, though.
Yeah, but it's still that's like that's his, you know,
Yeah,
entrance.
you can't listen to that without thinking about CM Punk. Just like the song Jungle Boy song that he has now. I knew about that
Yeah,
song,
yeah,
and he just now you can't even think about you can't not listen to that song. You can't listen to that song and not think about Jungle Boy. So
exactly.
yeah. So my last question, you know, you've actually traveled to a lot of places. What are some countries that you've traveled to that you really hope you can go back there and wrestle it?
Number one is going to be Japan. Like, of course, that's the best wrestling ever. Definitely want to go to Japan. That's the goal. Um, I would love to make it to Spain and wrestle in Spain as well. I'm a huge fan of Spain. I love Spain. I've been to the country maybe 5 or 6 times through Barcelona and Madrid, but I think those are my top two. Definitely, Japan takes that number one spot without a doubt. But Spain is a close second. Absolutely.
I think you've been Japan, right?
I've been to Japan, yeah, a few
Okay.
times.
Tokyo or Osaka? I personally like Osaka. Like I get my hotel and all I need is Dotonbori, which is that long shopping strip, and I'm good.
Yeah. Where? I think we fly into Narita, and I've been there twice. And I think the first time I got like I think I got food poisoning on the flight from the flight, the airplane food, and I didn't leave my hotel. And then the second time we ventured out to I think uh like this, I don't even know what it was, like the like all the shops and stuff. Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah.
And it was like outside of Tokyo, and it was like all the shops and stuff, and I tried a lot of weird stuff there.
Okay. Yeah, Japan, you tend to try some things, you know me what? Like I had squid on a stick one time.
Yeah, I didn't try that.
I was I was in Fukuoka. It was cherry blossom time,
Yeah.
and there's a place called Ohori Park, which is like one of the most beautiful parks I've ever been to. Like I never really canoed in my life, but for some reason I felt like canoeing once I went there. And it was
Yeah.
they
Did
had
you
a
do
thing.
it?
Yeah. I was a bit heavy. I mean,
That's
the
okay.
the the boat was going on one side, but yeah, I was enjoying myself. But yeah, they had a thing called a thing called it was like a squid tentacle on a stick, and I'm like, okay, I will take part in this, and
You
it was
went
just
for it, huh?
yeah, it was pretty good. But if you have, I don't know if you've been to Osaka, but if you ever get to go to Osaka, there's a place called Dotonbori. It's like one long shopping strip, and everything you need is right there,
Yeah.
city
Maybe I
wise.
did. Maybe I have been there, and I don't know. I didn't know that that's what it was called.
Oh,
I've been out a few times around there. I just don't know. Yeah, I'm just out there, like just looking at everything. I'm not really worried about, you know.
yeah. I hope you get to go there again and check it out. But yeah,
Yeah, I want to go wrestle there.
oh, and you got to get your Roberto jacket once you get there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Steakhouse, you gotta go there. You gotta, even if you don't eat meat. Like I don't know if you're vegan or whatnot, but if you are, you gotta at least get your jacket there. Like
Yeah.
it's like a wrestler's right that you go.
I'll add it to the list.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Rob. I know Rob has a couple of questions for you as well.
Yeah.
Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet. Thank you, man. So what's going on? How's the day been treating you today?
Oh, it's another glorious day. The weather's so nice here today.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, I can see everything. I can see the sunshine behind you. I'm just
I know.
jealous. I'm
I
like,
tried to like block it out so it didn't,
yeah.
but it's shining, man.
Oh no, it's fine. But yeah, just let it shine on through because you know, what I mean, I can live vicariously through you. You know, it was like dreary all the day and stuff, man. I'm like, oh yes. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm excited to have you on the show and stuff. You know, what I mean, my mom, she actually wanted me to stop out, and I was like, yeah, I got the show tonight and all. She was like,
Oh,
oh, who do you got on? I was like, oh, it's one of the people from the gals from CCW and stuff. She's like, which one? And I showed her a picture. She's like, oh, I know her. I like her. She's
ah,
awesome. I like. She goes in there and tears. I was like, that's right, mom. You know what I mean? So there you go. Mom Duke says hi. So you
yay!
know,
Tell her to say hi.
that's awesome. Yeah, so yeah, I gotta ask, you've been wrestling around all over and stuff. What's in store for you this year? Is there anything we can expect for you coming up? Is there any special dates to look out for or something like that?
I think April is going to be a really cool month. I think I don't want to give dates, but I can give
Mm,
companies if that works.
okay.
Um, I have I would say look out on AEW Dark or Elevation in the
Ooh.
month of May, maybe a little bit, and a couple of other cool things. Like obviously, I'll be back to yeah. I will be back to CCW eventually when I have cooled down a little bit from that last loss, and regather my thoughts and get ready for the next version of myself. But I think that's the big one that's coming up is yeah. And MCW April 22nd. I will be at the ladies' night wrestling Megan Bain.
Ooh, okay. That's gonna be an awesome match right there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'd love to see that one, but I think we're going to be at the fairgrounds. I think we're doing 3 shows that day.
Oh,
down here in Delaware. Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
like at 1, the next is at 3, and the other's at 5. So yeah, I'm gonna be busy that day.
That is a
Just rep.
busy day.
Oh yeah, I know. So, you were mentioning, AEW and stuff. You've been there before and stuff, and also, what's the experience like, going back? Are you ready? Were you nervous the first time, and is this time, like, all right, I got this. I'm ready to roll.
Yeah, I've been there twice so far. And the first time I was so nervous, but I was also so unprepared. I didn't know. I was in way over my head. I had just started wrestling. I think I was 3 months in. I went and I wrestled Ty Conti, my third match ever. So
Mm,
the way I explained it is people were like, oh, she shouldn't be here. She's not trained enough. And I'm like, yeah, probably not, but I got invited. So I have to do the best I can, and I have to do what I
mm,
can do with the skills I have. Um, so that's kind of how it was then. I was just kind of like, not in a fake it till you make it type of mentality, but more of like do everything you can to do your absolute best. And now it's
mm,
like, I know wrestling and I love wrestling. And now I just want to enjoy it. So now it's a
mm.
completely different feel. And I'm so excited to go back.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would be awesome going back AEW. You know what I mean? For this time, you got some more experience under your belt, got some
That's right.
championships. You know what I mean? Got some
Oh,
awesome feuds and stuff. Yeah. Now, I did want to talk to you about, your Nikki Duke feud, you know what I mean? Because that it was volatile, being back in that locker room there at CCW, you know what I mean? It was like we had to keep y'all apart and stuff. It was like, yeah, it can't be near y'all. So, I mean, what happened? Was there anything that sprung it off, or were you all just like, it was just personality? Just, no, no, no. I just do not like this person. I'm gonna fight her in the driveway, you know what I mean? And her mom, I don't care.
that was for a reason. The thing with Nikki is a very sweet girl, but she gets under my skin, and she does it
Mm,
in a way where nobody's looking and nobody's watching. She's like that little pest, that little
mm,
fly that's zipping around, and I'm swatting her away. And
mhm.
she has this way of doing that and then being like, oh, I'm, whatever. And so then she'll come over and she'll instigate something, and then we'll start a fight, and then I usually get in trouble for it, which
Mm.
doesn't seem too fair to me.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fair. Yeah, that's not fair at all. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It shouldn't be doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? Come on. What's that called? The instigator. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah. My mom was always like, "Don't instigate, messing with your brother and sister."
that's right. If you look at the timeline of everything, right? Nikki challenged me for my Global Fighting Championship. I accepted. She lost. She weaseled her way into another championship match and walked into my house when I was at home in Idaho visiting my family. She walked into my house, stole my championship belt from my house. I have her on my camera, and then just left. So naturally, when I get back from Idaho visiting my family, I need to go get my property back. And that's what happened in the parking lot of her house.
That's right. Hey, I would do the same thing. You can't just be busting up in somebody's house like that. You know what I mean? Come on now.
But I got a lot of pushback for that I was wrong. I don't know
Hey,
if I
I,
was.
I would have broke into her house, but I would have wore some muddy shoes, and I would have got right on the couch. You know what I mean? I'd be like Dave Chappelle, I'm like F your couch, F your couch, and just be grinding my feet into there, and just like yes, I'll do all that stuff. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Oh.
see?
Yeah, I would stop short of doing stuff like jackass, like take the toothbrush in the toilet. That's a
Oh
little
yeah,
too
yeah,
far for
that's
me.
too
I
far.
ain't doing
That's
all
too
that. You
far.
know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, grind some muddy shoes on the couch, and just spread stuff. Oh yeah, yeah, do all that. That's awesome. You know what I mean?
Well, after her
You should
mom slapped me at our last match, maybe I should go do that.
you
She
should
got
do
a
that, and then
mean
also
slap.
there you go. And then you should also get a thing of post-it notes, and then everything in the house. You know what I mean? Lamp, TV, DVD player, couch, chair, love seat. Just do that on everything. So they're like, "What in the world?" Oh man,
What is
that'd be
happening?
hilarious. Yeah,
That
that'd be
would be pretty
awesome.
funny.
And they cut their shower in half, you know what I mean? Just the bottom half, you know what I mean? Cut the shower in half and take the bottom part, so, you know what I
Maybe
mean?
I
Yeah.
could talk her dad into joining in on these shenanigans and
Oh, there you go.
some of this.
There you go. That would be awesome, you know what I mean? Get Pop up in there, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
he'd be all for
Pop's
it.
up there. That's right, that's right. Now, I also was doing a little research, seeing, you know, you have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu you do and stuff, you know what I mean? What belt are you on there? And I was watching some of your stuff on there, and those knee bars and stuff, you know what I mean? I seen you throw it on somebody, and I was like, my knee popped, you know what I mean? Just watching it, you know what I mean? That's a move I need to learn or something. So when I'm in training, you know what I mean? They're like, yeah, Rob, you want to do a practice match? I can bust it out on the young guys. Like, this is how you do things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Old cunning beats youth in speed, you know? So, you know, how's that translate to, you know, wrestling and stuff?
Oh, it's great.
Also.
I love jujitsu, and finding it was kind of amazing for me because it became another passion of mine. And training in jujitsu it was so crucial for like my mental health because I had my routine. I wake up in the morning, I go to jujitsu, and then I can start my day. And it's just a way to get like you get your exercise over, and it's not just self-defense, right? It's also learning to control your emotions when you're in a fight. I don't know if you've ever been in a fight, but I have.
No, not really.
I do it. I do it for a living now, but also before this, I've never been able to control my emotions when I'm faced with an altercation. Jiu-jitsu and my professor, David Branch, I cannot say enough amazing things about him. They're teaching me how to do that. So now when they're called rolling, like at practice we'll do rolls, and there's this one kid who's about my size, and we used to roll all the time, and then he stopped coming in for a while, but then he came back and I rolled with him again, and I felt that anxiety, that when you think you're about to get in a fight, you feel it in the pit of your stomach and you're like, oh, this feels yucky. Some people like it, I don't. And I asked my professor, I said, how do I deal with that? How do I fix that? And so he's like, roll with him again and do this, this, and this. And I did it. And I wasn't as spastic. I wasn't so like, tensed and, crazy. So it's not just about learning how to beat people up or, how to pop somebody's knee out of socket or, break their ankle. It's about learning to control yourself, and it's a chess game. When your opponent does a move, there's always a reaction to their action, and it stimulates the mind, the body, everything. It's amazing. And to take those skills that I'm learning and transition them over to pro wrestling, there are so many similarities already. So it's just enhancing both of my skills for both. It's amazing. I love it.
Oh yeah, because I agree with that. Because we'll be at training or something. My trainer Mark Haro, man, he'll sit there and be like, yeah, he'll explain to you, this is why you should do this, because and he'll throw on some like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu move, and it's all like, yes, okay, I understand now, I get it, like duh, okay, it's like yes, yeah, so yeah, that stuff is like if you go in pro wrestling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a good base to know, you know what I mean? 'Cause,
and I'm little,
counter
and
everything.
Jiu-Jitsu is the little man's sport. I wholeheartedly believe in the technique because I've rolled with some pretty big guys, and I can get them in a rear naked choke or a triangle or something, and I'm like, I have a chance.
That's so you get there, you throw on that rubber guard real quick.
Oh yeah.
Oh. That's something I would love to learn, you know what I mean? Like if I ever did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I'd be like, yeah, I want to do the rubber guard first thing, you know what I mean? Because they now not only are they right there, they got to fight this off, you know what I mean? Because you're constantly trying to bring that up. Now they got to worry about this. Not only that, oh man, it's just too much. It's just a lot. Oh man, I don't know how y'all do it. Just man,
It's great. It's a good sport.
Now, so some other awesome stuff I've seen you do is like, you're climbing you're wall climbing and surfing and stuff. You know what I mean? So what's it like surfing? I like going to the beach, but I don't go into the water because sharks and like octopus. I'm gonna get tore up in there or something. Or like I was a kid one time and I had the goggles on. I went underneath and the jellyfish went like this, and I was like,
that's it.
So I'm good. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. So what was surfing like? You know, what I mean, was it pretty cool? Did you get to surf any waves? You know, did you stand up or anything, or did you mostly do boogie board?
So my one surfing experience that I have had
Mm.
was in Hawaii,
Ooh.
and I watched a 4-minute YouTube video on how to surf.
Mm.
Then I rented a surfboard and started paddling, and I thought, I can do this, it's no problem. I start paddling, and there's like two levels of people, right? There's the
Mm.
amateur level, and then there's the professional, the people that
Yeah.
really know what they're doing. And I thought to myself, I am a professional athlete, I'm going all the way. I go out there, I have no idea. I grew up in a landlocked state, so the ocean
Mm.
is not very familiar to me. I love it. So I'm out there, I'm watching people go, a couple times, and then I see it and I'm like, okay, here we go. Here's my chance. I start going. I totally read the wave wrong. And it was just like a little baby. And I turn and I look back. I'm on my board and the big one's right behind me. And there's about
Mm.
8 surfers on it and they're coming at me. I am terrified because I don't know if you've guessed this yet or not. I have no idea what I'm doing in my life. I'm just winging everything. And I dive as far down as I can because I'm like, these people are going to kill me.
Mm.
And the wave takes me and I just go and I don't know how to get out of it. My foot is caught to the board. So that's probably what saved my life. I
Mm.
come up in such a panic. I'm like, and I look around and I'm like on the board and nobody notices that I just like
Mm.
almost died. And I just said, okay, I'm going to go back towards the amateur section. And I just paddled my little behind right back over there. And that's where I stayed for the rest of my experience. And the ocean humbled me very, very quickly.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't blame you on that one. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can't do all that. Like boogie boarding was the one thing I did that as a kid. You know what I mean? That was about as close as I came. So yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I don't really mess with the ocean like that. You know what I mean? I'll go out on a boat or some charter boat. Go fishing. You know what I mean, or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it. You know. I do want to try a cruise. You know what I mean? My sister's been on one. Some friends, and they're always like, "Oh, cruise is great. It's awesome." This. I have to try
Yeah.
that one time.
You got to do stuff that makes you scared too. That's
Oh
really cool.
yeah. Like yeah, like I literally got on a plane the first time last year. You know what I mean? Like I was always like, nope, I'm driving everywhere. I do not care. I'll drive and I'll stop and see the world's biggest ball of yarn. You know what I mean? I will do
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? Have fun. I'm afraid of heights and all, but yeah, I did it. You know what I mean? I got on there and the flight attendant, they actually gave me a little certificate. It was like here, first time flying or something. I was like,
Yay.
yeah, here, word up. That was awesome. Now, when you're doing your flying and stuff, you know what I mean? What kind of planes are you flying in?
I fly all different types. It depends on where I'm going. So if I'm doing international, I fly a lot of the 787s and the 777s. Um, and then domestically, I think yesterday I was just flying on the 737, but I'm qualified on all of them. So it all just really depends on
Mm.
um, where I'm going. I haven't flown a lot
Now,
of international this month.
oh, okay. Now, see, I was born in 1982, and I grew up watching Passenger 57 with Wesley Snipes and stuff. Now, is there really the secret compartment down underneath the plane you can move about freely? You know what I mean? In case terrorists come by, you can do whatever you need to do.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay, okay. That's cool. Okay, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Now, if anything ever happens, do you think you could be able to land the plane? If something happens, do you think you could be like, I got this, I can do this?
If I have instructions, maybe.
Yeah.
Again, I base my life off of just like seeing something and thinking like, okay, let's give this a try, and then doing. I think I could do. I think I could do it. I've been in the cockpit enough times to know, and yeah, maybe
Yeah,
it wouldn't
I
be
think you
great.
could too.
Yeah,
I've seen MythBusters do it. They had somebody giving them step by step instructions, and they
yeah.
landed they did a simulation, not an
I
actual
would
plane, but
say
they landed it.
50% survival rate. Half.
50%.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
that's
take
cool.
Twine cup.
There you go.
Or
Yeah, half y'all are good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. You do a little Thanos snap. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, it will be all
Yeah,
right.
no problem.
Oh man. Now, I also did get to see, you're a dog lover too, what I mean? Now, what kind of, hounds do you have and stuff? Now, have you always grown up with dogs? I'm a fellow dog lover myself. I have 3 beagles, and I'm surprised they haven't, caused a ruckus right now running around. So,
Yes, I grew up with animals. I love animals so much. Probably I'm one of those dog owners that are just like too much. Like my dogs are my babies. I love them so much, and I talk to them like they're my family.
I do the same thing too. I'd be like, "Hey, Lucy, what are you up to? Oh, you just chilling, watching outside?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
crazy.
I live out in the country and stuff, and yeah, my neighbors they have chickens, and they always come over and stuff. And my dog, oh, they love them. Oh, yeah, I'm like, you want to go see the
Yeah,
chickens? I'll go. All I can do, I can go. They're like, yo, let's roll, let's go outside.
they're
Like, all
ready
right.
to go hang out with the chickens.
Oh yeah, they're ready to go see the chickens. Chickens are, kind of scared of them. You know what I mean? I never see a chicken fly until I get some beagles, over there. So, I mean, that was pretty new.
Yeah.
Oh man. So, yeah, flying everywhere and wrestling all different places around the country. I mean, you got do you have any funny travel stories that have happened to you? Like maybe you're driving around in the country, or something. Maybe you come across Bigfoot, or if you're down south, I mean, chupacabra or something. You know what I mean? Something always crazy. Something crazy happens. You know what I mean? I'm always on the lookout for something like that. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of that stuff has happened. I think a lot of I see a lot of weird things happen on the airplanes too.
Mm,
Like when people mix like sleep medication and then they'll drink alcohol, they get all weird
mm,
and like delusional, and when we're in flight, they do a lot of weird stuff. So there's been a lot of like those. Like one time this lady, uh I was walking down the aisle and I look over and she's just taking her pants off. And I said, "Oh, ma'am, sorry, we got to wear our pants. We're on the airplane. I don't know what to say." And she just says, "No, I can't. I'm claustrophobic."
oh wow.
And I'm like, "Okay, well, you got to wear your pants. Like you can't be pantless." So, but it's a lot of like weird stuff that we see. Like this guy took Ambien, and then I look down the aisle and he's army crawling through the cabin, and he's just out of his mind bonkers. Um, but yeah, there's just like stuff like that happens all the time that I'm just like, huh. I've
See,
got to see the Northern Lights from
ooh,
above, like up above, which was
ooh,
probably the coolest thing I've ever seen.
ooh.
That was I took pictures of it, but of course it was like I went into the cockpit to do, and I was just looking. I was like, oh, "This is so cool," because you could
Oh
see
yes.
all of them.
Oh yeah, I'm jealous of that. That probably would look amazing, just seeing it from up there. Just oh man, yes.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
probably one of the coolest things I've ever witnessed.
yeah. Oh yeah. See, I never thought about flight attendant stuff. Yeah, to people taking Ambien and sleep pills and stuff. Yeah, I could imagine that. Yeah, because I remember when I was like, I'm nervous to get on the plane and stuff, and it was like, you want Xanax and stuff. I was like,
Oh
no,
yeah,
I'll be knocked out, and then I won't
yeah,
remember what happened. I was like, yeah. I don't drink, you know what I mean? So I'll take a shot. It was like the first shot I had in like 10 years, and I was like,
yeah.
all right, no, I'm good. I'm good. That was it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
There's no the airplanes are so safe. They're designed to fly with,
Hmm.
once you're in the air, they're designed to fly with no engines. They could glide forever. And there's never been an airplane crash due to turbulence. It's just bumps in the road. So I tell
Yeah.
everybody, nothing to be scared of.
Yeah. One the first part of turbulence, what I mean, I thought I was gonna soil myself, but then after that, I was like, I'm good. All right, yeah, I'm cool. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, we're good. We're good. You know what I
There's
mean?
been a
So
few
I was
times
good.
that it's spooked me too, that I'm like, whoa, that was a little weird, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good now. Like if I like my sister's like let's go take a trip to Arizona to see the hole in the ground, Grand Canyon or something. I'm like, I'll fly there. You know what I mean? I'm good to go. You know what I mean? I can do that now. You know what I mean? I'm good. I don't know
yeah.
all the go 40 some years without oh, I'm not leaving the ground. You know what I mean? I'm no bird. I can't fly. You know what I mean? Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up
Face my
there.
fears.
Go. That's how you go see all these cool things that the world has to offer.
Oh yeah, they were like, well, yeah, you want to go to like Europe and stuff? How you gonna get there? I was like, I'll get on a boat. You know, what I mean, I will sit there for 2 weeks.
That's
I'll
not
sit there for 2 weeks.
safer. That's not
I
more
was like, man, I'll be like, I'm on the Titanic and pack a luggage with like, like a month worth of stuff. I don't care.
safer.
They're like, oh Lord.
That's not more safe than an airplane. You're
Yeah,
crazy.
now that I've been on the plane, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll fly across the Atlantic. Let's roll. You know, what I mean, I'm ready to do this. You know.
Hey Rob, I'll tell you what, if you go on a boat to Europe and it happens to get in a Titanic situation, all you
Mm.
gotta do is both fall in love. That way you can get on the door yourself and you'll be able to
You'll
you'll
be
be able to be
saved.
arrested.
That's right. See, I would figure I'd be safe because I'm thin, you know what I mean? But Leo was kind of thin too, so I was like, oh man, you know, he's like, oh, dang, all
Find your
right.
own door.
Yeah, I got to find my own door or something, you know what I mean? Yeah. Now, before I pass it on back to Remy, I do got to ask, are there any new movies and TV shows you're watching right now? Because I'm always trying to find something new. I always get stuck watching the same things like comfort shows, you know what I mean? Just same
I
things all
actually
over.
I need a new TV show. I just finished the last season or the last episodes of You, the serial
Oh,
killer.
mm, yes.
I don't know why we all love that, but we do. It's psychotic, and I think now after this season, it's like okay, now I feel a little bit better about like liking it because it's like he's yeah, it's just it hooked me, and I think now I gotta find another one. So if you guys have any recommendations, I need a new one for my arsenal.
Um, I would recommend Snowfall. It's on the same. Okay, so almost anything from FX, like Sons of
Yeah,
Anarchy is good.
yeah,
Mayans is good. Snowfall, which is set in the crack epidemic era of the '80s in California, that's pretty good as well. Um, what else? What else we got? The new Quantum Leap series is pretty good. If you haven't seen the old series, I recommend that too. That was pretty good.
yeah.
And then also Kung Fu, which is another great series as well. Not the old one, but I guess
Yeah.
you'd call it revival. That's on CCW. That's pretty good as well.
I watch a lot of like the Marvel spin-offs, like I like all of the Hawkeye, the WandaVision, all of those. And I think a new one of those just came out too. But I haven't looked into it yet. But I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I watch all of those little spin-offs too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Loki's a good.
Yeah, I'm pro Marvel also. Yeah. That show I didn't really know about it until the last show. You know, one CCW show. I was there in Sam and Val. We were chatting because we're fans of Dexter. You know, what I mean, I don't
Oh
know if you've seen Dexter. Oh,
yeah,
Dexter. If you like you'll love Dexter. Oh, it's pretty much the same thing. He's a serial
yeah,
killer, but he works for the police. He's a blood spatter expert.
yeah. I've seen it. You'll like you if you like Dexter.
Yeah, he just froze.
I think he froze. Yeah.
My bad, I got frozen.
There you go.
Live
I said
TV. But
I
yeah,
said it already
yeah.
before it happens.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, Dexter. Yeah, he was a blood spatter expert for the Miami Police Department. And he's not really like killing like innocent people. You gotta be bad or something. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah,
supposed to
yeah.
be
He goes
a
after the bad
yeah,
guys.
yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I never thought seeing you, and then they were like, oh, you gotta watch it. And I'm watching. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Here we go.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. All the Marvel stuff. Yeah, I'm into that too. Yeah, I'm waiting for all. Yeah, I'm waiting for stuff to come out and all. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I need to watch and.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to see what more what they got up their sleeves now. You know what I mean? I'm ready.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm
that
excited
there's
for the new phase. Oh, he froze up again.
It happens. It happens. He'll be back in 3, 2.
see it's
There
giving
we
me the
go.
wrap it up sign. It's giving me the wrap it up sign. But yeah, before I pass it on back to Remy, I do want to say, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming on the show, chatting with us. I had a very fun time chatting with you. I wish you nothing but the best. I hope you go around all around the world, kicking butt, taking gold wherever you go, and I wish nothing but the positive things for you and your family and all that good stuff.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
Rebecca, thank you very much. Like Rob said, we appreciate you, taking time out of your schedule to, shoot the breeze about pro wrestling and your career and what you intend to do next and so on. Definitely gonna be looking forward to that AEW to that appearance. AEW appearance. We'll definitely be cheering you on. That's
Yay.
That's one thing we enjoy doing. We always enjoy seeing people that we had on the show go on and do big things, greater things, and we're just
Yeah.
happy to see people, that work hard, uh, get rewarded for it. It's a great feeling as well, as well too. So, we'll definitely be cheering for you. Before we shut the show down, where can fans find you on social media when they want to find out your next appearances, purchase, RJS merchandise, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
So booking and promoting, I actually just got a new email address, and it's Rebecca J. Scott Bookings at gmail.com. My social media handles are at Rebecca J. Scott. Twitter is at Rebecca J. Scott _ because my name is very generic. But that's it. That's where I'm at. My LinkedIn is on there, and I just posted. I think I'm having problems with my with the website, so I have to look into that because I just posted my new 8x10s, and all of my merch and stuff is on there as well. CCW's website has these super cool new graphics of me on their new shirts and sweatshirts too. So the at CCW Action, there's another link there too for more stuff.
Awesome. And just to let y'all know, for those of y'all watching and listening, CCW has trading cards. Yes, they actually have limited edition. I repeat, in all caps, limited edition trading cards. And guess who's on a trading card? No, not me, of course. Nah, you don't want to see me. But RJS is here. That's right.
My face.
She, yeah, RJS. She's actually on one of the trading cards. So make sure you go out there, get online, or I believe they'll be available at the events. Get to the events and purchase some, CCW trading cards. Not a lot of promotions do this. CCW is making it happen right now. So definitely,
Right.
make sure you go out there and grab that merch as well too. And with that being said, with that being said, it's about that time for us to shut this show down. My eyelids are getting heavy. My stomach is rumbling. And plus I got a flight to catch tomorrow. Oh geez, I'm gonna be some. So would that means it's time for dinner and maybe a short nap, a little nap. I got a serious red eye tomorrow. But before I partake in those activities, Rob Bass, the Mel Gibson to my Danny Glover, the Shelton Benjamin, no, the Charlie Haas to my Shelton Benjamin, and the Eminem to my Royster 5'9". Where can fans find you on social media when they want to find my next appearances, purchase Rob Bass merchandise, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
You can find me on Rob_Base82 at Twitter, Instagram, and then Facebook, Rob Base. April, you can find me April 15th. We'll be in Houston, Delaware. 1CW, CCW will be there tearing it up. Setting Houston ablaze as we do every month. Then the 22nd, we're going to be at the Harrington Fair. We're doing 3 shows that day. So definitely come on out. Check us out. We're doing it for you fans. It's a vendor special. And then at the end of the month, 1CW, we're going to be in Sheridan, Virginia, out there doing the thing for everybody in Virginia. We're trying to, expand the horizons and branch out a little bit. So definitely check us out. We got big things on the way.
Yeah, if y'all are definitely in Houston, Delaware, or Delaware in general, or Virginia or Maryland, definitely watch out for 1CW. They're doing big things and making it happen like a captain with expanding. So they're actually doing this to provide you, the wrestling fans in those areas, with some great wrestling from a great company. So definitely go on out there, show your support. Cop one of those sweet 1CW t-shirts. They look really good. And support your local promotion, because they're not just doing this for clout. They're doing it to give a little something to the fans that aren't getting any wrestling in those areas as well too. And if you want to find me on social media, now that I say a lot of cool stuff, you can definitely find me on Twitter at the Remy Blue, and also on Instagram under the alias at the Remy Blue as well. I don't say a lot of cool things, but I do go to a lot of cool places now these days. So check it out. I'll be posting clips from me being in LA, checking out the sights and sounds of WrestleMania week, which will be there, and all that good stuff. So definitely, follow me on those. Oh, and I'm also on Facebook as well too. So definitely follow me on those platforms as well. Um, However, our podcast is also on social media as well. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Ringside Society. We're on Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're also on Facebook as a Facebook group. We're also on Spotify, and we also have a Teespring store where we sell official Ringside Society merchandise. We have T-shirts, we have tank tops, we have hoodies, we have long sleeve shirts. We even have coffee mugs for your favorite warm beverage. So make sure you check us out. Cop some Ringside Society merch. All proceeds for those sales go back into keeping our show afloat. They did not go back into our pockets. Trust me. Rob is apparently still eating, Kool-Aid sandwiches, and I'm still eating hamburger helper helper. So we're definitely not pocketing that money. And last but not least, we have a YouTube channel where we have cool interviews like this one, like the one we have with Marcello, who's the owner of CCW, Kylan King, the Renegade Twins, and many other great women and men in the world of professional wrestling. All you gotta do is go on YouTube, type in Ringside Society, and once you see that really pretty dark blue and light blue yin yang sound, the blue flames around it, that's the way you know it's us. So make sure you subscribe to all our videos because we got a lot of cool stuff coming up, and you don't want to miss a thing like Aerosmith in 1998. But with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tuning in live tonight. We really and truly appreciate it. We strive on being one of the best wrestling podcasts a wrestling fan could and should listen to. To those y'all that are going to listen later on, we get a chance. Thank you very much in advance. And those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away. Well, like myself at the Golden Corral and Rob Bass at the Taco Festival, we're not going anywhere for a while.
They hate us because they ain't us.
We ain't stopping. With that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we're very well and aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. So with that being said, hey, yo, Rob Bass, one time for the mind, one time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for submission specialist, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, inaugural CCW Global Fighting Champion, RJS. We got to find a cool thing to say. RJS, Rebecca J. Scott.
Woo!
What type of podcast are we?
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right, we're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And with that being said, we'll be back maybe later on this week with another impressive episode. But until then, what you're gonna do when Rick? No, that's not it. That's not it. Ah, geez, no. If you smell what the no, that's not it. That's not it. Rob, I'm losing my mind here, dude. We got 2 words. No. Oh, we got 4 favors to ask of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I know we say BX into each other and party on, dudes, but I don't want Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter to give us a copyright lawsuit or whatever. And I think it's time to change it up. 2023, the Jordan year. So we're going to switch it up as of right now. Make goals and stay winning. With that being said, we out. Peace.
Stay classy, Delaware. See ya.